Oh, good afternoon. Well, actually evening. Forgive me, but my anxiety is going a little crazy right now, and so I'm smoking a little bit. Um Sometimes I get to where like my body will get to where it just feels intense heat. I get to where I start sweating, and then it feels like I got like a million needles trying to come out of my body. That's when I can tell that something is off with me, right? Well, as of right now, I am literally trying to build this from the ground up. And yes, from where I'm sitting. Uh, all kinds of ideas that I've proposed. Some were met with some positivity, and some were met with some obstacles that may need to be crossed, but all of them seem very possible. So, in light of this, uh, one thing I wanted to touch base on the fact that I do have anxiety, all that other stuff. I try not to let that be a crutch for me. Um, And one of the places I reached out to, and I'm going to make a mention, um, not exactly uh, concrete with certain things in order, but I'm still going to give them the honorable mention. Uh, Altitude Dispensary. Um, Altitude, when you think about a dispensary, you think about weed, with all the stuff that we've learned about it, everybody tries to tell us health stuff, this, that, the other, it's bad for you, it's this for you, it's that, what, the other. Uh, it's hard to disprove people that have used it and it's helped. Um, Growing up, it was hellfire and brimstone with this stuff. Uh, I got more into drinking than I did with smoking. But as I was growing up, I smoked it for different reasons when I was younger, just because it was against the rules. It was rebellious. It was teenager stuff, right? Um, PSA, kids, listen to your parents. Uh, but as I started experimenting with the different ones, I learned their different causes, their different helps, the things that they helped with. And what it helps me with is I will lose my anxiety feeling. That's what helps me when I do have to talk, when I do have to like come up with an idea or something. It takes everything from being scattered to being able to actually process that thought. I have racing thoughts all the time. Like they invade my sleep, they invade me when I'm at peace. I'll get all these thoughts that are very intrusive, almost like a commercial. You're sitting around a good train of thought, and then all of a sudden you get this thing that invades, and it's like it takes you off that spot. Um, with that, give me 1 second here. I just need a second. Okay, there we go. So, with some of these ideas, hey, what's up, buddy? Mr. Curtis, shout out, love you, man. Thanks for joining. Um, so with these ideas, uh, I had uh, expansive thoughts as far as this goes. Because, truthfully, idea of running for governor, it is a possibility. I can do it. I know I can do it. I know I can, and I can do it far better than the people who are in there right now. Uh, but I'm not stuck on just that one thing. Yes, I do want to run. I do need the signatures. I'm going to run. Um, but I've already got a plan if that doesn't work. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to our foundation. I'm going to put in the paperwork to make it a legit nonprofit. When I do that, and this is where I need y'all's feedback, this is where I need the ideas from y'all. If we go that route, I had the idea of maybe running a subscription. Okay, now I said I did not want to be monetized, but hear me out. Initially, did not want to charge nothing, and that's the way I'd like to keep it. I would. But then this idea came up. I keep talking about how I want to get merchandise and I want to cycle the funds through the community, right? Okay. Let's say we charge like $1 to like $5 max. $5 max. $1 to $5 max. For the subscription, right? People pay that subscription, the money that comes in, that goes into the fund for getting the merchandise in here, right? So we bring the merchandise in. We've got the money coming in for the subscriptions. People start buying the merchandise. Collectively, let's say in a year's time that we make $1,000, right? We'll keep it kind of realistic. Let's say in 1 year's time we make $1,000. Somebody from the community, they wind up in a struggling situation during a show like this or a little catch like this. If you have reached out and you've tried getting help and you keep getting denied that help, why? Well, what government place is going to say, yes, I'm going to help you without trying to get like 3 million years worth of history, your next of kin, and who's going to pay just in case you can't? So you're in the community, you need the help. You say, hey, I need like $500. I'm behind. That's going to help me out. It's going to help me maintain groceries. It's going to help me maintain gas. It's going to help me maintain the lights on. And then I'll be able to get back on my feet through that. Okay. Well, since we were able to put aside $1,000 between the subscriptions, between the merchandise and stuff like that, we're going to give you $700. With that $700, you go to taking care of all this stuff. Get yourself to where you're solid, right? Well, how do I pay that back? I mean, obviously, if there's money involved, I got to pay it back, right? No, not really. That depends. If you know how to bake, somebody else don't know how to bake. Teach them how to bake. You just paid back the money you borrowed. Because if people are coming and they're subscribing, that money's already coming in. If people are buying merchandise, money's already coming in. I don't need you to pay that money back. I want you to get involved in the community. I want you to help out the community. I want strength in community. You know how to work on cars. Someone doesn't know how to work on cars. Teach them how to work on cars. You know how to do woodwork. Someone doesn't know how to do woodwork. Teach them how to do woodwork. You just paid back the money you borrowed or the money that you needed to help you out. Because the money will circulate. It's going to keep coming. The more we grow, the more money comes in, the more money I can turn around and help anybody's situation. There is no. What happens? We have a strength in community. All of a sudden, family and flock, they're not just taglines. This is my idea for governance. People at the top have raised their rate of pay forever. They keep raising the rate of pay. They keep raising the cost of living. They keep raising the taxes. But yet you can't come out here in this world and work a minimum wage job and live a minimum type of life. What's minimum in life? Minimum in life is your clothing, your shelter, a solid ride to and from work, reliable. That's minimal. How is it you can come out here and you can work minimum wage, but you can't live minimum life? Because they keep with inflation. They keep rising the cost of everything. And if we need it, guess what? They're going to charge 4 times the amount. Look at COVID. Look at everything that's ever come up that has been an emergency where they said, you have to have this. Guess what? It went from being $20 to $200. Life-saving operation. We're going to charge you everything that you have. You're alive, but guess what? Now you're broke. These are just ideas. These are things I'd like to see changed. Why run for governor? That's the biggest seat where you can make a change. I don't care about the title. I don't care about the money. Keep the 150 grand. Give me the 50 grand. It's a raise from what I'm making. I don't need 200 grand. If I took that 200 grand, I would literally take the 50 and I would just find somebody to give it to. Honestly. What am I going to do with it? You could have a BMW. Holy shit. Wheels, engine, and a body. I could have a go-kart that does the same thing. Did you say physicians are free? Physician is free on the UK. If we can, why can't others follow suit? Prime example. See, that's the thing, man. The more these conversations come up, the more people realize it's not just our country, it's worldwide. Governments are trying to rule people instead of trying to live amongst those they govern. And that was the whole purpose of politics to begin with. They were supposed to speak for us, be our voice, make our changes that we need. They're not doing it. They ain't been doing it. Everybody out here struggling some way, fashion, or form. Everybody out here needing some kind of help. Rising Phoenix Foundation. Just look at the name itself. It ain't spelt like any other foundation or any other Rising Phoenix out there. Not at all. I did the search. It stands alone. We stand alone against a world that is against people like us. And we don't have to be ugly and hateful about it. Not at all. You can look down on us. Go ahead. You can judge us. Go ahead. That shows more about you than it does us. Oh, well, he's on there elevating himself, talking about this, raising himself up, his own. That's your perception. My name is nowhere on this channel. It ain't nothing about self-elevation. Which brings me to the next point. With the amount of people that we have as of right now, I could literally go file the paperwork on this and not only make this a non-profit organization, I can literally turn this into a non-profit community organization. Then the point behind all this is you need both sides of a story. You need this side and you need this side. But you don't need to be told which one of those is right and wrong. You can decide which one of those is right and wrong. You can do your homework. 1 + 1 = 2. If it equals more than 2, then it's wrong. If any lesson that you're learning teaches you to hate people and not understand them, it's a wrong lesson. Because the more knowledge and the more wisdom that you pick up and the more you look at people, the less you hate them, the more you hate the situations, the more you hate the structure of which they're in, which is the same structure of which you're in. How do you make a difference? You can't do the same thing and expect change. That, by definition, is insanity. How do you make a change? You get something different. You get something outside the normal. You get something that isn't afraid to go outside the comfort zone. Because inside your comfort zone, you're safe. You're safe. No harm, no foul. You're going to continue going through the same things you're going through. Continue having the same things you're having. Results aren't going to change. Outside that comfort zone, That's where I've been since October 2nd of last year with this. Regardless of what this channel looks like, let me tell you, I do not like the spotlight. I don't like being in a microscope. I do not like it. I'm a very private person. Unless there's a purpose and a reason. Purpose and reason drives me. Money doesn't drive me at all. You want me to do something? If you say, hey, I'll give you 50 grand, I'm going to tell you no. If you come and say that this person's been struggling and we need to help them get back up, I'm on my way. True kindness never seeks gratitude. True kindness never seeks gratitude. If you're giving me money for helping you out, that's a business. That's not help. I'm your friend. Let me help you out. Well, here's 20 bucks for helping me out. Thank you. No, you know what? Keep that 20 bucks. Pay it forward. Take that 20 bucks and go help somebody that's stuck on the side of the road run out of gas. Someone that's stuck at the counter ain't got 20 bucks to finish paying for the groceries they have before they got to put something back. A gallon of milk, a loaf of bread. Pay it forward. I don't need nothing given back to me. I've embraced my age. I'm coming up on 50 this year. And the funny thing about that is, as I started getting older, I thought I was closer to death, but I was closer to death in my youth than I ever was right now. I don't need money back. I can't take that with me when I go. The idea of the foundation and my name not being anywhere on this YouTube channel. This is a part of everybody. If you've been subscribed for 24 hours, you can go in the community and you can record a video, put it up in there. You can record your story, put it up in there. You can go in there and type up a topic and say, hey, I need an idea. This is where I'm going with it. If you can make a do-it-yourself video, hey, this is woodworking. You want to learn how to repair a cabinet. You want to learn how to change the oil on your car. You want to learn how to post it in the community. Make the video, post it in the community. You got some life advice that you think will help? Post it in the community. You want to become a founder, a co-founder? Talk to me about it. Because if you got it in you, I'll give you the login information. You can come make videos. The idea is to build a community that wants to make a difference, not one that just talks about it. I'm driven and motivated. Look, I'm telling you, I'll come on. I'm going to come on. I've been coming on, and I'll continue to come on as much as possible and put out as much wisdom and knowledge as possible, but I'm never going to tell you how to live your life. I'm never going to tell you what choices to make. That's not what this is. I don't want to sit here and share with you and then you say, well, I'm going to follow because Jay told me to. No, don't you fucking dare. I don't want control of you. I'm not a dictator. I'm not here to tell you how to be or who to be. But if you want better, if you want improvement, if you want growth. What's up, Mr. Batch? Long time no see, long time no talk. Glad to have you. Now I want to say something for those of y'all that are going to see this later. You're not here right now. You're going to watch this later. These two gentlemen right here, they're from the UK. They're from the UK. They're friends of mine that I game with. I've shared all kinds of insightful, all kinds of darkness, all kinds of light, all kinds of personal. I've been vulnerable. These people know things about me that I wouldn't share with anybody else. And they're from the UK. They're over across the pond. You don't need a degree. It doesn't matter where you live. It does not matter what status you hold in life. If you say that it's up to scholars, you say it's up to the ones with money to make the change and the difference, then you're part of the problem. You don't need that to make a difference. You don't need that to make a change. All you have to do is care and want to. Look at yourself in the mirror one time, just one time. I dare you. I dare you. Look in the mirror And don't look at what this is. Look into your eyes and ask yourself, what kind of person am I? Do I advertise that I'm a decent person just to walk around and not be decent at all? Because that's just as false advertising as what the government and everything else is. Do you stand on your word? Do you stand on your truth? Because the thing about truth, nobody believes it, it's still the truth. Everybody believes a lie, it's still a lie. It doesn't change based on belief. You have to understand, just because you ask a question, if you've got the answer in your mind and you get an answer that's outside of that, that doesn't mean they're a liar and that doesn't make it wrong. That means you can't accept it. But it's possible. The things that we don't think are possible, they're only impossible to us. I can tell you 3 times in my life, I as far as everything diagrammed, looking at it, it was impossible. No way it was happening. And then it happened. All 3 times. Impossible became possible 3 times. Perception and mentality. We're a group. Huh. No, we're not. We're a community. We're strangers. No, we're not. We're family. You don't have to tell me about you. I know all about you. You wake up every single day. You put your feet on the ground. You get dressed. And you're either feeling the weight of yesterday or you're feeling the anxious of tomorrow. And you're trying to scrounge. Oh, I got to do this by this time, this by this time, this by this time. Just do. Set your mind to a goal and just do. You don't have to try to be perfect. The thing about us humans is we're perfectly imperfect. That's the only thing perfect about us. Imperfection. No, I beg to differ. My wife is perfect for me. Exactly. She's perfect for you. She may not be perfect for everybody else. She's perfect for you. Perfection. It's right here. I don't seek it. Effort. Effort's better than perfection. Integrity is better than perfection. Character is better than perfection. Failing and learning and growing is better than perfection. Aiming for something that's going to make a positive difference is better than perfection. Owning every version of yourself is better than perfection. You're light, you're dark, you're good, you're bad. Yeah, you are. You're an asshole just as much as you're a saint. You're annoying just as much as you are enlightening. It all depends on your choice. And nobody makes you angry. Nobody. I don't care. No one makes you angry. People do things and you choose to be angry about it. There are some things that are worth being angry about. Some things. There is no feeling and there is no emotion that's worth stifling. Let them process. Let them happen. Own them. Yeah, I was angry. You're damn right I was angry. Because it was wrong. What makes it wrong? It's diminishing somebody. It's holding somebody down. It's not giving opportunity. It is no understanding. It's wrong. It's judgment. It's wrong. I could take this camera, I could walk you through my house, and I could show you the kind of life I live. I can walk outside and I can show you my surroundings. I can take you to Minneapolis and I can show you what it's like down there. I can take you all throughout Minnesota and I can show you what communities are like. And eventually that's my aim. When I talk about running for governor, the reason why is the way I look at it is if you take the person living in the worst possible situation in your state and you elevate them, not above anybody else, not below anybody else, you elevate them. Stability. What happens? They become the best versions of themselves. They got wind in their sail. Holy shit, I'm no longer struggling. My bills are paid. I can eat. I ain't worried about whether I'm paying for gas or groceries or bills or... Thank you. They go out, they have a stable job, making good money. They're paying their bills. They're buying their groceries. They're helping out. Now you do to the next person, bring them up to a stable situation. What happens? Especially if you cycle that. Keep taking the lowest person and elevating them up. Elevating them up. And you don't take from the bottom. You don't take from the bottom to improve. You take from the top. The ones that keep giving themselves raises thinking they're doing a good job, and they're not. You take from them. That's where your funding comes from, because taking from the top means you can lower taxes, and the people down here and the people in the middle, they're not the ones suffering. They're still coming up stable. They're coming up solid. They're coming up. So, something for y'all to think about. As of right now, everything throughout this, there is no monetization. None whatsoever. None at all. We got 105 subscribers, steady, 105. If we grow and we're monetized, the money goes to that box. The same money that's going to cover merchandising. The same money that's going to be sitting there just in case you need help. It ain't for me personally, because I don't need it. I've been living on what I've been living on, and I'm fine. That's why I don't need $200,000 if I make the governor's seat. I'll take the lowest amount possible. I'd rather give it back to my statesmen, my fellow communities. I'd rather see my state prosper. I'd rather see my county prosper. I'd rather see you prosper. I don't need a degree. I don't need millions of dollars. I have what I need. The only thing I ask for is support. If you believe in the message, if you follow the message, if you agree with it, support. Everybody else out here says like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Let me tell you what YouTube measures in. In the first 2 hours that something is posted, that's where they pay attention to who interacts and how much. The likes don't necessarily matter as much as the length of time you watch the video and the comments. Because that shows interaction, that shows flavor, that shows taste, that shows YouTube that channel is worth them promoting. I've broken the algorithm twice. And YouTube note, they tell me, hey, congratulations, you're getting outside where we're advertising you. Thank you, my brothers in the UK. Thank you, my family members that are across the states that are sharing this. And to you fellow community members, local, state, check out the videos. My longest one, it's not even a full hour. What are you going to lose? You might learn something. Maybe you can teach me something. Maybe you have something that improves an idea. Maybe you have something that improves a community. This is not for me. It's for us. For everybody that has ever been somewhere where they didn't fit in, there is no judgment here. Come in here and be a decent person. Own your light, own your dark, and aim to be the best with what you have. That's all I ask. Don't try to take the wind out of someone's sail. Try to be the wind in the sail. Encourage them to do something positive and decent with themselves. Because I want you to think about something. If we got brothers right here in the UK, and they're a part of this, and I'm in the States, character. Mr. Curtis, I've known for a good length of time. Mr. Batch, he's a little new. Ask them what my character is. I don't want to sit here and boost myself. I don't care about boosting myself. I just want to be stable. because I'm tired of the instability I've had. And every time I've ever been told of something that I can do to improve myself, the little systems they got into play, they ain't follow through with nothing. That's why I want to make the change. If I sat here and told you about my life from childhood till now, you'd understand why I want to run for governor. You'd understand why I want to get into a place like that to make a difference and not for the money. You'd understand why this is building a community and a family as opposed to some kind of channel just used to self-elevate myself. I'm not here for clout. I'm not here for publicity. I'm here for change and I'm here for growth. I'm here for real. I'm here for unfiltered, unedited. And if I file the paperwork, guess what? I can turn this, a division of this, into a media conglomerate, which means when there's anything that goes on, I get a press pass. I don't show one side of the story, I show both sides of the story. And then I let you think yourself. There's no narrative to be pushed. Look at both sides and critically think for yourself and choose. That's what we're supposed to do anyways. But that's where I could take this. Right now, the possibilities are insane. I am a shadow candidate for governor because if I get enough support, I'm going to run. And I don't care if I win or lose. Maybe I don't win this first one, but maybe it gets me out there to where enough people see me and enough people follow along with the message and they see that it's a valued message and worth following, that I win the second one. Who knows? Anything is possible. I used to talk about impossible all the time. I go out to basic training and this drill sergeant looks at me and he's like, how do you spell impossible, Ross? IMPOSSIBLE. Do it phonetically. India, Mike, Papa, Oscar, Sierra, Sierra, India, Bravo, Lima, Echo. Absolutely wrong. Start pushing. And then I learned that impossible is I am possible. You simplify. Always simplify. Valued. There's not much of that in the world anymore. Everything is quick. Swipe left, swipe right, replace, 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 replace. Once upon a time, things were built with quality. And that's what was important. Quality over quantity. Who cares if you got 1,000,000 stones? You got one irreplaceable gem. And that's you. And that's how you should see yourself every single day. If you ever need anything, I don't care. I don't care. I'm seriously considering about putting my phone number on this damn YouTube channel. So if you need somebody to call and talk to because you're having a hard time, then call and talk to me. Hit me up on the channel. We'll make communication. We'll get to where we'll at least get you to where you're spiritually and mentally solid. Because if you're part of this flock, you're not alone. If you're part of this family, you're not alone. And I'm going to share a little tidbit about the enunciation of the F. If you look at the channel, it says PHEONIX Foundation, but it's with PHs, right? We ain't got no room for no Fs anymore. We done given them all out. And they're either going to give them back or we're going to take them back. Not maliciously and not violently, but we'll get them back. Like I said, this part right here, I'm going to share as much as I can. I'm going to try and teach as much as I learn. Present and consistent. I have no hatred and no malice, not for nobody. But it is long overdue for change. Long overdue. There ain't nothing purty. And I can change all of this. But who am I inside? If you see me on the street, I'm no different than I am on here. I have no show to put on. Running for governor, I have nothing to lose. They have nothing left to take from me. I have no pride, I have no ego, but I've got plenty of drive and a strong distaste for any kind of injustice. All I ask is for belief, faith, and support. All right, this is rolling into like 36 minutes, and I know y'all are not a fan of the long ones. The shorts are going like crazy. People are watching them like crazy. Be willing and be open. Own who you are, and you'll always be welcome here. My mind is on God. No one can judge me. I'm worried about his judgment. If he sees me as a decent person, that's what I'm worried about, because people's variation of decent, it differs. As long as you're pandering to them or catering to them, then you're decent. But as soon as you say a truth that they don't like, you ain't decent no more. So I worry about whether he sees me as decent or not. That doesn't mean I walk out here thinking I'm perfect, neither. That doesn't mean that I'm out here thinking I'm better than anybody else, more knowledgeable, more wiser. No, I'm not. But I'm knowledgeable and I'm wise. Oh, you think you're better than everybody? No. No, I don't. I'm different, not better. If you've had a decent day thus far, I pray that it continues. If not, I pray it improves. When you go to sleep tonight, I pray you sleep well. I pray you wake rested. And if you dream, I pray they're heavenly. Everybody who's a part of this, I appreciate you. Everybody who's been supporting from day one, you have no idea. No idea. If we win this, the party that's going to happen at that governor's mansion, yeah, that's history making. Why? Let me give you a little insight. One of the things that I had to do was to get a lieutenant governor. Now, the age requirement for that is 25. I want to point out that I'm going to be 50 this year. God. And I'm going to say I have a hopeful. If I have a hopeful, that hopeful will also be the co-founder. And I'll just lay out a hint. It's a family member. So more than half the work is already done. Now we just got to see it through. We got to stick to who we are, what we do. And we got to be the change we want to see in the world. Continue being strong. Someone comes up and tells you you're weak because you're trying to make a difference. Positives. Oh, you're soft. You're feeling. You're this. Just fuck you. You're part of the problem. You don't want to admit there's a problem, so therefore there's nothing to fix, right? Look at our world. You don't think there's something worth fixing? You don't think morality needs to come back? You don't think we need to start giving a shit about each other? All right. You're welcome to that opinion, but you can take it and you can go over there. All the way over there. And when you get over there, just keep going. This soil, if your feet are on this soil, and you want to be here to make a difference, then you deserve to be here. Period. On that note, we don't have the money for their club. They don't have the integrity for ours. God bless and keep rising.